And we observe that if temperature or the climatic conditions is good, no diseases will appear in the field. So these are, itong mga diseases na to, nag-a-appear siya, bale, stress-related to yun. So nagiging susceptible na yung garlic natin, whether we can say, wala pa tayong resistant varieties ng garlic to insect pests or diseases. And nag-focus lang kasi yung leaf curl, yung aphids, at saka iba pang sucking insect when temperature gets higher and then relative humidity, nagiging conducive na yung kanilang pagdami. So nakikita na natin yung kulot-kulot ng dahon ng garlic. And if we go back to what Dr. Ras kanina sinabi niya na kailangan natin ng clean planting material. So yung mga planting material ng mga farmers natin ay ginagamit na nila times immemorial. Hindi na natin alam kung gano'ng kadaming generation yon. But we are offering now tissue culture garlic. And sa tissue culture garlic, we can, parang bago siya, no? Parang bagong panganak siya. And then, kung bagong panganak siya at mas maganda yung kanyang resistance in terms of pests and diseases, insect pests and diseases, at saka iba pang mga abiotic stresses. Pero siyempre, pag hindi conducive yung climatic conditions, talagang bumababa yung resistance ng ating mga tanim.
Members of the media are also invited.
When you're looking at our commodity, the garlic, it's specifically related also to the cropping system that we have. And this was already specifically studied through research. You will note that if you will have garlic planted within the months of November to March, naturally, you'll have a good production. And others, when we get to see the production of other countries, they also come and support the lacking production needs of the country. But if you will really understand the consumer behavior of Filipinos, they still prefer our product. Why? First, it is very aromatic. Second, even though it is very small, a portion of that when you're cooking, it gives you the scent and the flavor of the Philippines, the pride of the white gold. So that alone would now tell you that we have to do something about the system during cropping season. That's why you will know research is doing the improvement of the variety, improving the seed system, and also the availability of planting materials, because this is really the number one factor that is affecting our farmers. So with these things, then here comes now, we open for importation because we cannot really support the requirement of the whole country. You've been repeating it all along, 5%, 5%, what are we doing? Government is doing their part. But for us, this should be very clear also. We should understand the system that our farmers are doing. But when you go to consumers, they are the ones that telling, we want to have the Ilocos garlic because when we cook, even for one small or 3 cloves at that, it will give you the aroma and then we're satisfied with the delicious recipe that you're cooking. And that's how we look at it. We just don't tell that the 5% is not satisfied. No, look at the whole system, from production to processing and even marketing. And that's all how we have to look at. And the efforts coming from PICARD, from DA, from MMSU, from other LGU, the provincial government for that, dun nyo dapat tignan. That's why we need you, the media people, to tell that's the story behind. Don't just tell about importation and that it's affecting our farmers. It should be not like that. We have to help our farmers because we promote it in a way that it supports the 5%. And we also welcome the support of the importers because we really don't have the luxury of having the full support of the production.
Can I add to that, sir?
For you to observe and garlic, Taiwanese garlic under the management of the traditional way. So all of you are welcome to participate. And on top of what Dr. Bukao said, that the reason why I say I think the problem is not the disease and pest is because I think there is a major problem of the garlic industry here is that the farmers cannot, as they say, I would say the management is different. So I think the most important thing now is trying to increase the size of the garlic. And I think as long as farmers follow the instruction from the research and using the proper way to apply the chemicals, I think it should be no problem. And I would like to respond regarding the planting material. Actually, one of the components of the project is trying to establish a nursery for clean and healthy planting material for garlic, which we are trying to locate in Batanes, since Batanes is the capital of organic. So now they announced them as the capital of organic. We cannot use any chemical there. So actually, I would say the garlic bulb is very small because they can only use the manual there, but their products is very clean and healthy. So this one we hope to do to produce nursery, to produce planting material there, and then hopefully we can work with the DA and we can provide the planting material nationwide from Batanes.